Hey guys, my name is Kirsti Clark, and I'm really excited to be talking to you today about intentional living. So I just wanted to start out by saying thank you all for those of you who have posted a video so far. I have really enjoyed watching it and getting to know each of you a little bit better. And for those of you who are a member of this group, I hope that I can create something of value for you today to help you to live more intentional and to recognize those actions that you're creating. And hopefully we can do a little bit of healing today too. I am new to the energy world. I grew up with just, it was all about like concrete things and what you can see and touch. And I've always just really believed in things that you can't see. And so I love that side of the energy world, just knowing that there are things that you can feel without necessarily seeing them, and that they're so connected. And I also love being able to integrate all these different aspects of my life together. And I especially love just the connection of, your physical body and your inner body, and really connecting those two together. So I really loved just this quest of learning more and growing along the way. So I am taking a lot of what I wanted to talk about today from this book called Intentional Living by John Maxwell. I really like his books on leadership, and so I have 4 steps for that, from his book on just kind of getting started in intentional living. And then I've got my own little tips that I've just incorporated over time. And then I've got some energetic tips that hopefully will resonate with you as well. So starting out with a few tips from John Maxwell. So the first one is he talks about knowing your why and how important it is to know what your purpose is. And really allowing that to power you forward every day. So for me, my why is first and foremost, my family. I am a health and fitness coach. My husband and I got into this about 4.5 years ago. He was at this point where he was really overweight. He was almost 300 pounds and just really struggling physically. And I was struggling emotionally. I was suffering from some major depression, postpartum, and anxiety and post-traumatic stress. Big time. Really struggling every day. And so we were both unhappy with ourselves in different ways, but it affected our whole family. And he found the health world. He has always been really physical. He played football growing up, but he just kind of got stuck in a rut. He hurt his knees, and so it was hard for him to jog. Anyway, we found Beachbody and the awesome workout programs there, and we got really into it. And so it changed us so much. He lost 85 pounds doing the fitness programs and the nutrition plan. And as I watched his transformation, I noticed how much it didn't just change him on the outside, but it changed him on the inside too. He became a better husband. I think mostly because he was more secure with himself. He loved himself more, and so he was able to love me more. He became a better husband or a better father because he came home from work and he had more energy for the kids. And so instead of just coming home and sitting on the couch because he was so tired, he had that extra energy to take them to the park and play with him and had more energy for our family. I noticed that he just became a happier person. And so as I witnessed his transformation on 2 different levels of watching the physical transformation and his inner transformation, it really lit a fuel in me to help other people. It was like a fire in me that I had to give that to other families. And at that time, I was pregnant with our third, and so I wasn't able to do much, for myself physically. But after she was born, I started to get back into that rut of postpartum depression and just feeling kind of miserable, sorry for myself all the time. And so I was inspired by my husband and got back myself into a health adventure. and noticed that I became so much happier when I was working on my physical health as well. And so my why is creating a better environment for my family, because I was a better mom, when I took the time for myself. And I am a better friend when I am happier. And so I'm able to take that and to help other people. When we are able to use our own experiences to bless the lives of others, that is such a big purpose. And so that is step number one, is to just know your why and what is your purpose and what value do you have to give to other people. Because when we're so focused on ourselves and our own struggles and trials, it's really hard to progress and to move forward. And when we're able to use what we're experiencing to bless the lives of others, it is just this new amount of energy to really push us every day. So that's number one, is to just understand your why and your purpose and why you're here. And if you can involve others in your journey, do that and try to add value to other people every day. All right, so number two is to take immediate action. This is the perfect time of year, and I think I'm going to say that like 10 times in this video, but this is the perfect time of year to start taking action of your goals. I'm doing a webinar tonight about goal setting, and we're just going to sit down and we're going to set goals in all different areas of our lives, and I'm so excited about it. But sometimes setting goals can kind of overwhelm us and make us just think, I don't even know where to start. So that's what number two is. Let go of the perfectionism, let go of the overwhelm, and just move forward and do something intentional towards your goals every day and just start. So number three is to get creative. And this is really fun, because I think when you know what you want and you know where you want to go, a lot of times Satan loves to throw those stumbling blocks in our way, and he says, I'm going to stop you any way that I can. And so sometimes we have to really get creative and think, how can I get past this struggle or this hurdle? Because we will have them. We will have those stumbling blocks, but we have to get creative and think outside of the box. How am I going to get over this? And, especially when we're super passionate about what we want, you really have to think creatively sometimes to be able to accomplish that goal, whatever it is. All right. And then number four is start small, but believe big. And so John Maxwell talks about how most people don't aim too high and miss. Most people aim too low and hit. So it's really about dreaming big and going for that big goal that seems unattainable. But that's okay, because that's what drives us forward, is having this goal set that's so scary in some ways, that's so high that we think, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit that. Well, what if you don't quite hit that big goal? You're going to be better off than if you hadn't set a big goal in the first place, right? So I love this quote. Direction is more important than speed. So many people are going nowhere fast. Knowing where you want to end up is half the battle. And then it's all about making those conscious decisions every day, like Jessica talked about, to help push us towards our final goal. So those are the 4 tips from the book Intentional Living by John Maxwell. So number 1 is know your why and let that passion allow you to help other people. Number 2 is take immediate action, let go of the perfectionism and just do it now. Number 3 is to get creative and think outside of the box. How are you going to solve this problem? How are you going to reach that goal? And number 4 is to start small, but believe big. So here are my tips on intentional living and making those conscious decisions to improve ourselves. It doesn't accidentally happen. That's for sure. You don't just wake up one day and go, wow, I'm a stronger person than I was last month without making any changes in our lives, right? We really have to make those decisions every day to improve ourselves and to put time and effort into that growth that we want to see. So number 1 is planning your day ahead of time. I have a passion planner and I love it. If you guys don't have a planner or some expecting to be organized, then figure something out. I know a lot of people are really digital. They like to have their phone synced to their computer. I'm a very visual person and I'm tactile. I like to touch things. I like to write things. So I write out my schedule and I plan my day. And when I plan my day ahead of time, I'm so much more productive than when I just wake up and go, okay, well, what do I want to do today? I don't know. I don't have a plan. I'm not as excited, and I don't use, I don't have great time management skills if I'm not planning ahead. I waste a lot of time. So plan your day ahead of time is super, super important. The next thing is know your habit and what changes you need to make. So we as humans are very habitual creatures. We love to do the same things and get in those habits. And so sometimes you have to know yourself and think, okay, what do I have to change to progress? And so for me, I've given up a lot of things that don't add value to my life. So TV. I've given up a lot of TV because it doesn't improve me. It doesn't help me. And so I'm watching less and I'm reading more. And that's one thing that really, really helps. So start to be willing to give up the things that you know aren't helping you move forward. The next one is to get up 20 minutes earlier and read your scriptures or get your workout in or clean your kitchen or do something productive in that early morning time. I recently, I think it was over the summer, read the book, The Miracle Morning, and I've heard so many good things about it. And I dragged my feet for so long because I didn't want to be a morning person. I am a night owl. I feel like I'm more creative at night. I have more energy at night once the kids go to bed, but I'm not always productive with that time. And I realized through reading that book that when I get up earlier in the morning, I'm able to use that time, that quiet time, before my kids get up, before I have to even think about what's on my to-do list, and I just am present during that time. And in The Miracle Morning, he talks about some tips. And so he talks about the lifesavers. And so it's silence, and that's powerful. And that's hard sometimes, is to just sit there and be silent and accept inspiration and ask for inspiration. And so that's a time where I'm really like praying and I'm asking for answers. And I've always been a prayerful person. I've always said my prayers, but doing it in that, I don't know, just this powerful moment where I'm all alone and I'm really trying to be more in tune with the Spirit has made such a difference for me. So silence can be meditating, it can be praying, it can be just having that time to just be still. And then the A, so this is spelling out savers. A stands for affirmations, and so it's writing down, I am a good mom. I am a successful coach. I am going to make conscious decisions today for my health and well-being. I will. So I am and I will statements are your affirmations. And taking the time in the morning to write them down and to say them to yourself is so powerful. And I didn't really accept the power that would come from that until I really did it. I didn't understand that. And so that has helped so much. The V is visualization. So creating some kind of a dream board, or even if it's just a piece of paper or Post-it notes. My friend Sabrina does Post-it notes on her wall of her goals and her dreams, and to be able to see them and visualize them and imagine them happening even before they happen is so powerful. And then the E stands for exercise. So do something. And he talks about doing it early in the morning, the power of doing it in the morning. It helps your body get moving. It helps release those endorphins to help you be happier all day. And so even if it's just walking or yoga, it doesn't have to be a strenuous workout, and it doesn't have to be first thing in the morning. But I've started doing just like 10, 15 minutes of yoga in the morning, and then I do my strength training workout later in the day. That works really well for me. And then the R is reading. And so it's putting something in your mind that's positive words, because we have this negativity that just runs through our blood, right? It's Satan sends it to us. We send it to ourselves. We have these negative thoughts. We hear it from outside influences. And sometimes we allow those negative thoughts to be more powerful than the positive thoughts that we're creating. And so reading powerful, uplifting words can make such a big difference in our lives too, whether it's scriptures or something, some kind of a personal growth or leadership or something. Think about what you're struggling with. So a lot of my coaches and my challengers that I'm talking to, what they struggle with the most is self-esteem and confidence. And so I like to suggest a book like, what is this one called? Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. She's great on filling your head with these positive things and focusing on why you're awesome, anything like that. So reading something that you know is going to help you. And then the S for his morning savers is scribe. So writing something. My journal is my Facebook page because it serves two purposes. It helps to add value to other people, and it acts as my family yearbook. So I get it printed out every year, and I have all my thoughts and experiences already there, already written down. But if you're not doing that, or if that doesn't interest you, then keeping a journal is a great way to scribe the things. And it's really therapeutic to write what you're going through. And, you know, even those was starting with just the affirmations and journaling, all that. So that's what I learned from morning. So getting up, I'm trying to get up 45 minutes earlier. And remember, I'm not a morning person. Maybe that's easier for you. I have friends who love getting up at 4:30 or 5. But for me, 6:15 is kind of my sweet spot that I've kind of worked up to. And I started with 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And now I'm able to get up 45 minutes before I have to get my kids to have those intentional tasks in the morning to just kick off my day amazingly. And it's made such a big difference. The next thing is to invest in yourself. So this could be spending money on a book. This could be spending money on a new workout program or a fitness program or something to help your physical body. It could be spending that time on yourself that you need every day to work on yourself. So invest in yourself, whether it's time or money time or money or energy. Just invest in yourself and know that you're worth spending time on. That's important. The last one is to cut the crap. So let go of all that extra stuff that's a waste of your time. Sometimes for me, it's just scrolling through Facebook. A lot of times I'm inspired by my friends' posts, so that can help me. But other times I'm just browsing and maybe I'm feeling jealous or I'm just not being in tune with my friends. And so that's a waste of time for me. And like I said, TV, giving up TV, just let go of the stuff that you know isn't serving you and isn't helping you. So those are my tips. I hope you like them. Now, the last thing is the energetic part of intentional living. And I hope that, like I said, I'm just starting to get into the energy world and I'm loving it. And I'm really finding a way to integrate it. So I'm not getting obsessed with one aspect of life or the other. I'm just trying to integrate them together and make sure that it aligns with my goals. So I loved this quote that my friend Tiffany shared with me from the book called Energetic Boundaries. And she says, intention is focused commitment. We use it to declare our objective and to alert the universe that we are serious about changing our patterns. Setting an intention is a critical step in healing our protective boundaries. From an energetic perspective, intention programs or charges every cell, subatomic particle, thought, emotion, and energetic field so they all work together. Isn't that cool? I loved that. And it was so amazing, the timing of when she shared that with me. It was last week and I was getting ready and I was getting my information from my intentional living book that works really, really well in the health and fitness world. But I didn't know if it really related to this energetic world. And then I had my tips that, work in my life. But when she shared that quote with me, I just knew I needed to share that with you guys. So I loved that. And then her 5 steps are: number 1, to release shame and blame. And this is the perfect time of year with starting fresh. I love the opportunity to start fresh. I honestly think every week, Sunday, I just love Sundays. I love the opportunity to just rest, to take in as much as we can on the Sabbath day. And then I feel like Mondays are my fresh start every week. We don't need a new year. We don't even need a Monday. You can start over fresh every single day. And so I love this idea of just releasing the shame and the blame. Just let it go. So you've made mistakes in the past. So you haven't been intentional. So you haven't been setting aside time to help you grow. Just forget about it. Just let it go and move on. Release that shame. So take time to just really visualize that leaving your body. And then number 2 is let go of past intentions. So you have to truly take the time to not just release the shame and the blame and forgive yourself, but to let them go and to say, this is not a part of my life anymore. I'm not going to waste my time watching TV anymore. I am not going to waste my time and energy giving myself shame or blame or feeling guilty over the choices that I've made in the past. I'm just going to let it go. And then number 3 is to set new intentions. So if you can take some time today to write down your goals for 2017, if you haven't already, and maybe just goals for this week or things that you've been hearing from the videos from this group. And thank you, Elaine. I have to say, thank you so much for creating this group, because it has been so powerful and so helpful with setting these new intentions for the year to get all this amazing information and value from everyone. So thank you. So set the new intentions. Number 4 is to ask for support. And this is big. It's amazing the power that comes from being surrounded by like-minded people. A group like this. So reaching out to the people who are your support system and telling them what your intentions are and telling them your goals and sharing what you're dreaming about and just getting it all out there so that they can be a support to you and they can help you on this journey. And then number 5 is to believe, to visualize as if it's already happened. And this is something that this past goal that I reached in my business was big. And it was honestly a goal that I've set for 2 years that I hadn't even come close to. I mean, I was making consistent efforts and, but always fell short. And the big difference between the last 3 months of hitting that goal and the past couple of years when I had the goal but wasn't reaching it was that belief that it was happening. I was feeling it. I could feel it happen before it happened because I was visualizing it every day. And so I know the power of belief. It's huge. Believing in yourself and believing in the people around you, and asking for help with that. I know our Lord wants to help us. I know He wants to instill that faith in us, that we have that belief that we can improve our lives and that we can be better people through these intentional tasks, and ideas. So then the next thing to do, once we've set our new intention, is to just live in it every day. So I think that's everything that I have, and I hope that this was helpful for you. I want you to know that I'm here for you. So if this video has resonated with you and if you found something important, then just friend me on Facebook, because I would love to be someone who is in your support team. I would love to hear your goals. I would love to help you reach them. And I hope that this has been helpful for you. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have an awesome day. If you haven't already, write down some intentions for your day. Write down some I am and I will statements to help solidify those intentions into beliefs and make it happen. Be amazing, you guys. I know you all have the power to do that. All right, bye.